Who's ready for the best podcast of their life? Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. My phone just went off as I'm going live. Well done right there. Anyways, what's going on? How you doing? Happy Thursday. Yes, on the Thursday. This is your Wrexham latest news and update show, The Breakfast Club. And we are here to drop some knowledge. There's a little bit going on I want to get to. There's actually more information that I thought that I was going to cover today, because I saw some other articles that I want to talk about, mostly about Phil Parkinson, mostly about his comments, what he's saying about the squad, and he had his say on Stephen Fletcher, not the retainer. So, anyways, thanks for coming in. Please smash a like on the video, subscribe to the Local Pundit if you haven't already. Road to 3,000 is on. I don't give a crap. We're going. We're doing it, and we're going to try to get there by the start of the season if we can do it. So. Lots of stuff to cover. As you can see, Parkinson expects more exits. Yes, expects more exits from the squad. And as he's building the squad, I could see that some sales are going to happen, and maybe some we talked about it the other day. Maybe some things that some guys are going to leave that were like, oh man. And I think Palmer might be one of them too. And yes, Fletch did hit home, and it did hit hard. What's going on, everybody? How you doing, Alex, Brian, Marie, Esteban, Wayne? Everyone's in the house. He says, "What? Bye, Ollie P." Marie, hope you're doing well. Hope your arm is doing good. And Danny D, there we go. What's up? What up, Nikki D? And Alex. But yes, anyway, so I'm going to start to kick this off with Parkinson. He was talking about this article in the Leader. As you know, we love the Leader. I think they do great work, but it brings up good conversation. Conversations we had the other day. But with a limited 25-man squad in the championship, Parkinson has got to make the numbers add up. So, we obviously had the retained list. The release list happened last week, and Fletcher and Mark Howard, George Davis were on there too. But Parkinson's quotes are really interesting here. Now that you can see the article, I'm going to bring it back down. I'm going to read it to you, though. He says, this is Parkinson. It goes without saying that as the summer and the preseason progresses, there are players who want to move on themselves. So give them the opportunity to do so. He says a little bit similar to Sam Dalby and Jordan Davies' situation last year. Mentions, as much as the lads love being at Wrexham, there are players who haven't figured as much this season who'll be thinking about their own career, and I need to play again. So, I mean, to me, I'm just take that quote real quick. It's not always about. Sometimes you got to make a decision for yourself, for your family, and yes, you love being at Wrexham. They obviously do. But when you're a professional sportsman or woman, you want to play football. And some of the guys that he's talking about who even won't be, let's just take it for the top, take all sentiment aside. Palmer probably wants to play football, Mullen probably wants to play football. So Boyle probably wants to play football. Those are the guys at the top of mind that I think might not be here. I'm not saying they are or not, but when you're competitive, you're not just going to want to sit around and let your years go by and sit on the bench and not play. If you're not playing this year, and so what makes you think you're going to play next year? Yes, injuries aside, I'm just saying, these guys are professional athletes, and they didn't come to sit on the bench and watch other people have all the glory. They want to go out there and impress, show their talents off. I don't know if you remember a couple of weeks ago, McElhenney's interview with Men in Blazers, and he's talking about close your eyes, imagine yourself when you were a kid, and when you thought, when you first realized you were good at the sport, then the sport realized, that doesn't go away. I mean, but an amazing speech, by the way. Yeah, I would say that's also the process. They didn't come in to just sit on the bench or not be in the game day squad. So some of the players, i.e., like a Dalby's a perfect situation. He went up and played up north, did very well, didn't sign the contract, and now he's going to move on. There's going to be players right now, and I think top of mind to me is Palmer, is Boyley, players like that, maybe even Evans, who didn't feature. Yes, he got injured, didn't feature that much. That might have just, time to pass them by at Wrexham. I don't know. What's going on, Walstecky? How you doing, my friend? Applications here too. Emma's also in the house. What up? Going on. This is more of Parkinson's quotes here. He says, as much as I love being at Wrexham, he said that again. I just read that one. Sorry. Obviously, players are going to be leaving because we need to make space to bring additions to this competitive market. Yes, he said there are 27 first-team players over the age of 21. Here they are right now. Ryan Barnett, Jake Bickerstaff, Luke Bolton, Bill Boyle, Louis Brunt, Callum Burton, Andy Cannon, Max Cleworth, George Dobson, George Evans, Mo Fall, Elliot Lee, Ryan Longman, Jack Marriott, Matty James, James McLean, Luke McNicholas, Jacob Menny, Paul Mullen, O'Connor, Dan Smith. Okay, there's like 6 guys in there that I think could possibly sold or gone. I'll call them out right now. Bill Boyle, Luke Bolton, Bickerstaff, Let me see here. One more. Evans. Let me see. McNicholas, I think they kept Ollie Palmer and Paul Mullen. I think there's guys there that that within the next few weeks, I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised if they're gone. I would not be surprised if they're gone. Nikki, you put that in there. 25 players in the championship, including the keepers. Yes, it's going to get tighter. What's up, Esteban? Hope you're well. But no, this is all a really good insight to where they're thinking. I do not know when they're going to have the board meeting. I'm sure it's coming up soon, but I think they mentioned it too. They mentioned it be in this coming week. So expect it this week or next week. So lots more is going to start happening and coming out. John Merrill says, evening, y'all. Nearly Friday. Well, I wish I got a good Friday, man. Just one good day would be fucking fantastic, wouldn't it? But Wrexham are ticking over right now. We're ticking over. We're in this we're in first gear, trying to shift into second gear, grinding that gears a little bit, getting going. This weekend, yes, there's a League One playoff final and also the championship final. I do not know which one I'm going to do. I'll probably do one of them. The League One is at 5 a.m. on Saturday. But I might do that one or the championship. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens there. I just got to plan some things out. But as you can see, I'm back in a different environment as well. So there we go. Okay, another one I'm going to move on to. Get your thoughts on that. Again, we're not going to know until we're going to know people. People are going to leave. And do you think how ruthless do you think it's going to be? So another one too in this here. Parkinson's also talking about Parkinson's signing issues and updates. This kind of goes along with that, and then we'll move on to a little bit more of a topical stuff as well. Parkinson's latest on transfer plans for Wrexham arrival. This season has only just finished, but Phil Parkinson has put plans in motion when it comes to the search for new signings to make Wrexham competitive in the championship next term. Now, there is an article, by the way, I'm going to address about the $30 million transfer kitty. Okay. I got a message from somebody like 30 million M's, okay, I would love for that to happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. And I'm not saying it isn't going to happen. I'd love for them to spend 30 M's. So we'll see. But anyways, so we'll see how that goes. So obviously Parkinson having to say, obviously major input of what he wants to do with the squad, which is good. He's going good to know, because that the owners are giving him the latitude to go and sign players that he wants. And I think we have been very clever in the market. Humphrey Carr said as well, we haven't gone out and spent, we haven't spent big. Yes, we did to get out of the National League, spent a little bit above average in League Two, and maybe a little bit above and below the top end in League One to get out of it too. So it's not like we're going out and splashing ridiculous cash. But I will say this right now, right here, I would say go out and be reckless with the money. Just absolutely just in the titty bar, out there at noon, doing the buffet, just spend it all the money, get all the dollar bill. Just do that, just spend it like you have no tomorrow. Just do it. That's what I want them to do. That's what I would really like them to do. Go out there and spend massive. Spend massive. Be reckless. Do it. That's what I want. That's what I want to have. Just make it rain. Absolutely make it rain. Let it go. Put it on the table. Let's get players in and just be reckless. That's what I want to do. And let's see what we can do. Now, granted, not reckless in the fact that we'll get we'll get over our skis, because I don't think we do. We have great investments with commercial right there. With commercial investments. So yeah. Yes, I said it well, Stecky. I did. I was in the moment. I was flashing it out there too. Just flashing it, And they're only dollar bills, so it's all right. We'll get it back later. But yes, that's what I want them to do. I want them to really go for this, really make a statement. I think we'll have one or two splash signings. Parkinson's quotes here. He says, when the dust settles on a new season, you got to look at the squad going forward. Now, we've already made a couple of those decisions. We just talked about a couple of minutes ago. We have been able to sit down as a staff and assess what we feel we are going to need moving forward. I think it's 5 or 6 in the first team squad. I do. We are just in the normal process of the stage of the summer. Yes, it is May 22nd. What's going on, Aaron? How you doing, my friend? And he goes on to say, we've had talks with players, but at this stage, it's about addressing the market and what is out there and making sure clubs are aware of our interest in certain players, and agents know what positions we feel need look to strengthen. So there's conversations happening. They're not going out right now. Teenager night. They're going out and they're being a little bit more mature about it. Hey, we're interested in this right here. You got someone that can fit into our wage bill? The negotiations are, are happening. We don't know how far, but this is a good stage to be in. We know what the good news is this. Here's the good news with all this saying here too. They're actively saying we're going to sign more players. Now we have to do that. They're not going out, well, I don't know, value in the market. And it's going to get to that stage when they're trying to negotiate and pull back, because everyone knows we have a bit of cash to spend, And so we don't want to get the banana in the tailpipe. We want to go out and do a good deal. And I think we have done good, but don't be afraid to spend that money to go out and get the investments in. If we've been really cautious the last couple of years, doing it, not putting our money in places where, we're not going to get it back. I'm hoping right now that this is where, let's be really aggressive. Let's be really aggressive. Let's go out and let's do it. That's what I really want them to do. And I have no qualms to think that they're not going to do that. I actually think, by knowing what the owners, what Rob and Ryan and what it is, the whole, I'm going to do it, all that, I think that's going to say something. But what say you? You think they're going to go for it? You think this, well, I'll bring it up right here too, as we're talking about this article, this 30 M's in spending, Football Insider, I don't know if it's clickbait or not, but it's revealed. I don't know. Okay, 30 million. Who the hell knows? If it's 30 million, if it's 3 million, if it's 3 billion, I don't know. But what do you think about that? Is 30 million enough? Let's say it is 30 million. Okay. Is 30 million enough to maybe get you in the playoffs or promoted next year at the championship? What do you think? What do we think? It's all about who you sign. It's all about what happens. But is 30 million enough? If you target the right players and go and be aggressive, we have an attraction. People want to come play for us. That's all part of it too. What else does Parkinson say? Parkinson goes on to say, as the summer goes on, hopefully we get the best players to make us competitive squad for next season. It's not going to go over his head like we're going to go and win the league. No, he's not going to do that. We are just assessing the situation out of what is out there. Okay, free agents. We use the free agent market very, very well. Parkinson has great connections over the last 30 years he's been in, 25 years, whatever he's been in the EFL, and so people are. He's got good connections. Oh, check out this guy. Go look at this dude. He's got experience. I think it's going to be a combination of experience and youth. Experience and youth. That's what I think. Techie says, nope. You don't think so, Techie? You don't think 30 M's is enough? Okay. That's a good shout. It's very short what he said. I'll just put it up there too. He literally just says, nope. I love it. Going on saying the playoffs are still going on. The Premier League season has still got another game, which is this Sunday, by the way, Championship Sunday. To go there is quite a lot of sorting out to do at several clubs. So, now we're not that far down the pecking order anymore. We're not that far down the pecking order. Yes, what he's saying there right there is things aren't sorted out yet. Things aren't sorted out in regards like even the Prem clubs don't know what they're doing. Even the Championship clubs don't know who's going. So the dust hasn't settled yet. So right now we're just kind of get there. We're gonna get at the bar, just assessing the situation, looking around, seeing who's out there, seeing who might be out there. But it's not full prime time. It's not 6 to midnight yet. It's still early doors, and they're just kind of seeing what else is going to happen out there. Okay. They're fishing with intent, but it's not a clear path. There's still a little bit of, you can't see me yet. You know what I mean? A little bit there too. I'll get back to the quotes in a second. There's a lot going on here. Aaron, apparently Josh is talking about a titty bar. Sorry. Football Insider have linked us both to Danny Ings today. Another agent-driven story by me. Thanks. Yeah, okay. I just had to bring that up because I wanted to bring it into this world. I don't know who Football Insider is. I don't know if they're inside, out. I don't know. 30 M's isn't enough. Some people say yes. Some people say no. But there we go. John, Emma agrees with John. They make half of it up. And morning from New Zealand, my son and I will be attending the game here. Great. And be interested to see how many new players they will have. Nigel Christensen. Awesome. Welcome to the local pundit, dude. And thank God you remember. Well, keep in touch with myself and Ken to what's going on. Ken's not going to be going to that game, but we'll make sure we take care of you as best we can and connecting pictures and all that shit. So there you go. Alex Williams says there's definitely a part of the latest Welcome to Wrexham episode when they were talking about dropping more money, and it seemed like Rob and Ryan were very much all in. They're all in. If they were all in. We haven't. Let's just say this. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. What do we have to lose? What do we have to lose? We're already in the fight. What do we have to lose to go for it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We're always we're doing very well. In regards to obviously getting promotions, we're doing very well for commercial status to bring money in. FFP won't come into play, so go for it. I know the academy stuff, and everyone wants to sit there and just analyze and propeller it up and like, I understand all that stuff, but what if we have really nothing to lose? Nothing to lose. We are playing with house money right now. House money. And ride the wave, because you know what? It's gonna end. This will end sometime, and it will get tough, and it might be tough it probably is gonna be tough next season. I'm just not gonna shout that. But ride the wave as best you can, strike while the iron is hot, go for it, and do it. That's what I want them to do. It's May 22nd, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm saying you can go for it. Esteban says, in my head, Parky is out there wearing a purple fur coat, big fuzzy hat, cane, diamond, and hand strutting. He is pimping ain't easy. He's Big Daddy Kane. He's Big Daddy Kane right now. He's going out. He's doing it. He's like, we won't be here's the other thing too. Great shout right there. It's about, we're not the only ones that are going to go out there. We're thirsty, but the players are thirsty. There's a thirst trap at Wrexham, and it's just sit back. You got your best fur coat on. You got the hat. You got the cane, like you're saying. We're not the only ones. We're not going to always be, people want to come to us. People want to be there. So there's going to be but it takes two to tango. There you go. So we'll see. Good shout right there, Spot. And it was good of you to, yeah, I saw that was saying he's getting linked to loads of players and said half and not true. Yes, loads of players. We are literally going to be the link to everybody and their dog, everybody and their dog and their brother and their sister. There you go. Hip Karma's in the house. There you go. Sean Deasy's in the house. What up? Howdy. Our applications, our name, and what we've done is what's made it attractive. Absolutely, players and agents. Yes, this is the most attractive. Wrexham might be the most attractive, other than Birmingham City. I'll just say right now, Birmingham City's got a really attractive, place where people want to go and play. Wrexham are right up there globally. Everyone's like, oh, might want to go play for them. Yeah, everyone. There you go. So maybe we are the thirst trap. I don't know. Someone take me down. Free Pugs is here late, but here. Show back to the beginning. The beginning after. No, there you go. I'm right here. Stay in the moment. Stay in the moment. But yeah, stay in the moment. So Parkinson goes on to say he feels that they're in a good position, and we've got our eye on a lot of situations out there. So let me rephrase that. But let me rephrase and read it correctly. How about that? I feel we're in a good position, and we have got our eye on a lot of situations out there. Not playing his hand, but he's saying we're shopping, we're looking around, we're out there looking for players. And again, everything's not settled yet. Teams are still not relegation, promotion. Yes, the relegation is done, but the promotion is not. So the promotions aren't done in the league. So notice he's not talking about League 2. He's talking about the Premier League teams. He's talking about the championship teams. So those are the players that we're going to be going after. That's the market we're fishing in. So it's good. Goes on to say, hopefully we'll make some good additions and we can keep improving the squad like we have done each year in the past. Now, history tells us that we have done that. At the start of the season, I'm going to challenge someone right now in the chat. Give me our first 11 for the Wickham game. I think it was on August of last season. And give me our last 11 against, Charlton or Lincoln. So, and what were the difference and how many were in there? So, whatever we start with, we might not end with. Just saying right now. Obviously, you're going to get through some things. So, but I want to know what that is. Smash that like button. What's going on, Hip Karma? John said, neither of us be the most attractive in the championship season in regards to players, sadly. John, I disagree with you, brother. I disagree with you. You want to go play for Ipswich? Come on. I know they just went in the Prem. They got a lot of money to spend. But I'd rather go play for you than Ipswich. I'd rather go play for Wrexham. They're coming down. Yes, they'll have money, but we're on our way up. I don't agree with you, John. I definitely don't agree with you. And that's fine. I love you, bro. But I don't agree with you. You guys are an attractive team to come play for. You guys, I will put it this way. You guys will probably get first or second, or you'll definitely be high in the playoffs. Birmingham City will definitely be up there. 100%. 100%. I trust in Rob and Parky. There you go, Chris. I like that. We're going up again, baby. Back to back. Yeah, 4. It's the same 4. Paul Kelly says, we will spend big, but smart signings as usual. I agree with that. Spend big, be smart. Spend big, be smart, be reckless. Just, that's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to be doing that all summer. Just doing this. Just at the buffet, at the noon buffet at insert your place here. There you go. The noon buffet. The mid-season additions were definitely perfect. I agree, Sean Deasy. Players are going to pick Ipswich, Southampton, and Leicester if they are top 4 players as chances of going up and passing a pitch. Do you think so? I'm gonna disagree with you, John. I'm just gonna do it. You're not backing it up. You're just saying they're gonna do it because why? Because of the money. But if there's an attractive project, that might change things. I mean, just you can at least acknowledge that I'm not fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Anyways, Free Pug Show says we offer more than just championship side from something extra. Wrexham fan base is huge and growing. Plus, the documentary adds a lot of exposure. There you go. And all the branding and all that crap. Blah blah blah. John's not fully wrong, but I'm telling you, I'm right. There you go. The blue people are just the new nonsense in Stockport. We'll leave them in the championship. But money is everything in this league. I think you guys are using old tropes. Money is everything in this league. I love you, Welsh Techie, but I think you guys are using old tropes. I think you guys are playing the same playbook of what you think is going to happen. Remember at the beginning of the season, you guys are talking about consolidation, can't go for all the shit. You guys are using old tropes, and you know what? You need a new story. And why not write the new story? I love you both, but I disagree with you guys. And I'm happy to be wrong. And I'm pointing. That's rude. It still trips me out that we even get to play Ipswich next season. Man, what a ride. Yeah, we can do. Jeff Thomas says, if we get our summer signings right, we have a chance. We must invest in speed and strength, speed and power, and get the players in their 20s. Joe Gerhardt and Tommy Lawrence will be good additions. Yes. And it's time to start looking at the mid-level European clubs, says James. There's no way we can't be competitive wage-wise with some of the mid-level clubs. Yeah, we're not going to spend $50,000 a week. That's not going to happen. I agree with that. But Spanish, oh yeah. Dewey Jones, is there a danger that the balance of the team would be upset too many players and new players coming in? I mean, look what they did this. Dewey, it's a good shout. But look what happened. They got rid of Palmer and Mullen like that. Gone. It's a business, brother. Sherry says, I think people underestimate how much players want to be part of something special. There we go. Yeah, there we go. And the championship is brutal. Didn't disagree with you on that. There are many teams much better prepared and ahead of us. But it's about the project. Wrap your head around that, guys. It's about the project. I don't know. Listen, I'm not saying we won't get promoted. I'm not saying it's not going to be brutal or hard, but I'm saying the project. That's what I'm saying. Japanese players are quality. Think bigger. There you go. Here we go. This is what training grounds and facilities may be an issue for some. I'd like to believe that be sorted out as a pre-plonker test. Maybe. Yeah. We can all disagree and love each other unless your disagreement is rooted in my then James Ball. No, I love a disagreement. I do. I'm not going to argue. I might disagree. All right, moving on. Okay, the $30 million transfer thing here. I don't know. Clickbait. Everyone who wants their say quickly. Are we going to spend $30 million? Someone in the chat, yes or no? I just want a yes or no down the chat. Yes or no? Is this bullshit or not? Yes or no? I'm not even gonna read the article. There we go. Blah blah blah. I'm reading the article on that bombshell. Who's using my tagline on that bombshell? But anyways, 30 million, maybe. I hope so. You know, put your money where your mouth is. Okay. Put your money where your mouth is. The Allen family, and they're ready to rock and roll. Okay. One I wanted to get to here. No. Yes. Techie, we need to go 10 M's without blinking this season. I agree with you too. Techie says, no, we're not going to leap and Sayers. No, we're not going to spend it. Yes, we'll spend it. No, bullshit. On that bombshell, we will spend cash this offseason. I agree. I think I'm going to go back for the opener. I'm going to go back for the opener. And then Techie, all the beers on me, Techie. I'm going to go back for the opener in August, and I'm buying all the beers. Sherry says 20 million. James Lee says, that's why I say look at Europe if we're more than likely to find some quality players in those leagues versus just looking at EFL. So, yeah, I agree with you. Don't think anyone in the championship will spend 30 million. Okay. Hi, Ruth. What's going on? But we'll see. Okay. One I wanted to get to, too. Article about and keep going about the chat. I'll get through what you guys think was in. All right, this one hurts still for everybody as we're getting through some of the paper talk here. Wrexham Stephen Fletcher would not be offered a new contract. Okay, that obviously has happened, but Parkinson had his say. Okay, pulling it back down so you see what we're talking about here. Phil Parkinson admits electing to release Stephen Fletcher was a difficult choice, but the Reds boss says the squad size for next season's return to the championship had a bearing on the situation. The 38-year-old striker is out of contract this summer and has not been offered a new deal to remain at the racecourse ground. He made 73 league appearances, scored 16 goals, 8 in each season. Wow, what a return, you know? If he was 4 years younger, shoot. There you go. Parkinson says, it was a tough decision. Fletch has done great for us. When you look back 2 years ago when we brought him in, he hadn't done a preseason. He might have been thinking about that would stop him playing at that point. Okay. But he came in and he's made a really good contribution for us. And I thank him for that. I mean, more than a really good contribution, he gave us some of the best moments. I don't know what the numbers are, but I do not think we're getting second place without him. In fact, I will guarantee we're not getting second place without him if he did score his goals of what he did. Okay. So fair enough on that. But unbelievable. Unbelievable. This one is painful. I just want to get Parkinson's quotes in here because this is the first time I'm actually reading the quotes about him and about Fletcher being released. He scored some really important goals, and he's shown a great professionalism as well. Yes, he did. Remember Parkinson was talking about the relationship they had? Hey, Gaffer, I can only do 20 minutes. I can do 30 minutes. We've asked him to start games, which we didn't think was the best idea. He's a good impact player. But no, he has done incredibly well for us. Techie says the opener will be away at Birmingham. Fine, I'll come over. I'm buying the beers. There you go. But back to Parkinson's quotes here. He says we've got 27 players on the contract, and we can only name 25 in the squad, including the goalkeepers. Again, back to the original talk. Expect more exits. You know, again, no decision is ever easy, but the challenge of the numbers this season is going to be just as hard as last year. Yes, it is. Last year's squad was 22 in League One, and without the keepers, and we had Mofal and Seb who didn't count, and we barely used them. Right? Those are loan guys at this point. You know, for me, probably loan guys. Maybe Rev will stay. Mo loan. This year is 25 players, which includes the keepers, and Mo and Seb are back in the equation. So, hinting at there needs to be a decision made there. Would you rather have X player with experience in the championship or the Prem, or would you rather have a project of Mo Fall or Seb? You know, I don't know. It's great questions. These are all these questions will be answered. So right now we're just fishing, getting the information, gathering, as producer Ann always says, I want to gather as much information and then to make the decision. Right now, we're all gathering the information. Now, granted, we don't get to make the decision, but there you go. Of course, there will be movement as well to create some spaces and places, because we've got to try and look to create space to build a squad which is competitive in the next division. He's putting hints out there. Sometimes you miss hints in life and they're like, oh shit, he did say that. You know, he's putting hints right out there right now of just, hey, don't expect players not to leave. They're gonna go out and it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. I say worse, it's gonna get brutal. And I like that he's not holding back and he's not saying, well, I don't know, we have sentiment. I think the sentiment's gone. I've been saying it since the Charlton game. And letting player sentiment is gone. And I love a lot of players. And even Rob said it, you know, all these players are playing for a spot to lose their job potentially next season. Yeah. Fletch did all he could do. And he lost his job. And he got us promoted. Unbelievable, which we'll never forget. Build a goddamn statue. So I'm impressed with Parkinson's knowledge and how he's just putting it down like, yeah, he's always very well does very well in the press. He does. No, he always does very well in the press. So good shout right there. They're still going on and waiting to play away. Where's the season opener watch party going to be? I invite everyone. I'll be there. I'm going to go. I'm doing it. God and Mark Griffiths will be willing to send them. Oh God. Well, the Velvet Hammer. I haven't talked to him in a while. I gotta reach out to him too. Millwall way. That's Aaron's team. And Texas is probably Swansea for the opener of the Derby, maybe. we'll get Leicester away. And John Merrill says, probably going to open the championship game. Technically like Preston away. Thrilling. Oh, yeah, for sure. Preston North End. Yeah. Rev played in the championship. Yeah, he did play in the championship, ATZ, but we didn't play him. We barely played him last season, you know? Sentiment gets you relegated. There you go. There you go. Comment of the night by John Merrill. Done. Has anyone seen a new karate? No, just seen the old one on Josh's TV. Oh, yeah, I got the hints in the back. There's Hulk Hogan. No, I have not seen it yet. Okay, last thing I want to get to today, and we'll get everyone out of here for their Thursday. A little bit more on the pitch update. What's work's going on to the new pitch? Again, we did apologize for using video the other night, and that's why we re-edited it. So, but you want to give a shout out to that we did try to correct that. Anyways, pitch update, work's going on in the new pitch. Here we go. After securing blah blah blah, having for the first time in 43 years, blah blah blah. In the fortnight, that's 2 weeks for any of you Americans out there. Since the close of the season, site clearance has taken place, including the removal of the existing pitch and irrigation system, as well as the topsoil and subsoil. There we go. There's a nice little photo of that. In place of the 24-25 season, undersoil heating will be installed alongside new irrigation and drainage systems. The ongoing work therefore includes the installation of new irrigation pumps, tanks, and pipe work. This is all sexy stuff. While the gravel layer is currently going in, as you can see being showed in the photos below. There's the fourth wall. There we go. Boom shakalaka. That's sexy. And I was allegedly right here at one point a couple weeks ago. Yes. It feels like forever ago. It feels like it was a month ago. Holy God. So much has happened in the month, I can't even put it together. The pitch will be seeded and stitched in the midsummer, creating a state-of-the-art UEFA-compliant facility for the first team for home and away matches, FAW fixtures, as well as being suitable for rugby sockets, which will also be installed to make the Stoke Rouse capable of hosting other sports once again. That's awesome. The pitch surrounds will also feature a new ACO drains. No idea what that is. Somebody asked. Somebody Google it. Around the pitch perimeter, and synthetic turf will be installed all around the perimeter. As a result, the pitch will be moving towards the cop by approximately 2 meters. Okay, whatever that is in American, probably about 3 yards, 6 yards, maybe. The sight lines from some supporters may be altered due to the repositioning of the pitch, but the impact of this should be minimal, with the excellent views still provided by the stands. In addition to the new LED boards will be installed alongside the side of the cop end, Wrexham Lager Stand, and the cold brew stop. I mean, here we go. Look at that. I'll bring myself down a little bit so y'all can have a bigger picture of it. No, that's bad. That's bad news. There you go. But there you go. That's good information right there. Good information. Work to be done. Work to be done. That is the update on the pitch. Like it. 6 feet 6 inches. So Michael Jordan. It's going to move. Michael Jordan. Yeah. There you go. They're going to move 6'6". There you go. Heated water. Okay. Yeah. I guess that's what they were talking about. The corners there too. I get that. And those are water pipes. Awesome. So all good stuff. All good news. Lots of good information out there. Lots of good stories about to come. And just we're kind of doing the build-up phase. After the dust settles this weekend with the championship and the League One going up, and the club having their board meeting, we are going to start to see some movement. Right now, we're just in the building phase, so we'll get to it. But a lot of good stuff happened out there. So I hope everyone's doing well. Like I said, as always, if anything breaks, we will be here live on the local pundit and do it. And I haven't committed to. I know I apologize. I haven't committed to which game I will be doing this weekend for live watch along, but I'll figure it out. So I'll figure that out too. Number 23, the GOAT. There you go. Absolutely. And Josh, please take care of yourself, sleep and rest. I'm doing the best I can. Duck on a pond. You just call me. You coming to King and the Duck. If anyone knows what movie that is, I'd be shocked. I'll give you literally 30 seconds before I get out of there before you know about the King and the Duck. But yeah, I am the duck on the pond at this point. Get in line for the Rob and Ryan buffet. Yes. Insert day buffet there. Absolutely. But all right, I'm going to get out of here. We will be, if anything breaks, we will be amplification. Well, they did. Yes, that was a horrible. They were terrible yesterday. We'll be live if anything breaks, as you know. Maybe we'll try to put some things together. Thanks, Josh. Cheers, mate. Good to see all of you, Max and Lionel. Good to see you. I like that name, Lionel, by the way. Sorry, Mel and Lionel. It's a good name. How are you holding up after the awful? Jesus. Okay. Aaron's banned. He's done. All right. Thanks everyone for coming in. Please smash a like on the way out. And free plug show. Have a great day, Josh, and everyone like you before. Absolutely. And on that bombshell, we'll see y'all soon.